determined that there was probably an
Oh,
outgoing
gotcha.
time, and that's why we weren't seeing her at all.
So that means if the tie is outgoing and you guys don't get there soon enough, then Sarah could go from the Shark River to the inlet to the Atlantic Ocean within
15, 20 minutes. Oh, man. And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, it did.
Yeah, I saw
There's
that. That was
cameras
pretty,
on this bridge.
pretty
See,
alright
there's one
there.
right there. And none of them record.
Oh my God.
Apparently, it's just not a maintained system.
With no operational surveillance cameras and no body, it was impossible to say if Sarah jumped off the bridge or not. Some friends thought she could have. For others close to Sarah, the idea never even crossed their minds.
The suicide thing, I never believed it. In my head, I was like, this girl did it. She bought a train ticket and she's going back to Canada. Good for her. That was part of her plan.
I just know she's been trying to get away and told me she's going to Canada.
Sarah never really wanted to stay in Jersey. It's too small of a town for her. But she told me that her dad was never really keen on the idea of her leaving. Maybe she just had this perfect opportunity with her dad being in Florida that she just got up and left and wasn't going to tell anyone.
If she didn't take her own life, could she have left under the cover of darkness to get a new start in Canada? Detectives received a tip that could lead to the answer.
We learned that Sarah was in the bank just prior to her disappearance.
Was she withdrawing money in order to split town?
We don't know what's in someone's safe deposit box.
She starts pulling cash out of her shirt and out of her pockets.
So surprised by everything.
I just recently noticed. I kept your ass. Just chilling.
When 19-year-old Sarah Stern vanished on a cold December night in 2016, it sent a shockwave through her small Jersey Shore town.
Have you seen her? We had flyers. We were very desperate.
After searches came up empty, rumors spread she'd taken her own life and that her body was carried out to sea. Those close to Sarah never believed it for a second and knew there had to be another explanation for her disappearance.
She mentioned moving to Canada a lot. That was something that she wanted to do.
Toronto itself is artistic, and so it was a place that she felt like she belonged.
Did Sarah split town and move to Canada? And was she getting her finances in order the very day she disappeared? Surveillance footage indicates she was at the bank around 3 p.m. So I'm getting ready to meet with the bank manager. I want to find out what Sarah was really doing in the bank that day. Was she there withdrawing money? And if she was, does that mean she was getting ready to leave town? How's it going, man?
Hi.
I want to talk to you to get a better feel for what Sarah did that day when she came into the bank.
She came in the door into her safe deposit box. She waved when she came in.
Right. So that was you she was waving at?
Yes. I've known her since birth, so normally she would stop over and say hello. And that day, because there was someone at my desk, she did it.
Now, was everything wrong that day? Like, did you get the vibe that anything was off the...
No. Her usual happy-go-lucky self.
Now, tell me a little bit about the safety deposit box. Do you know what Sarah kept in it?
We don't know what's in somebody's safe deposit box. Because they go into a room, they can put whatever they have in the box.
How long had the box been there?
Probably about a year. They would think just about that.
Safety deposit boxes aren't exactly in high demand by teenagers. So why would Sarah need one? And what was she keeping in there? It took detectives securing search warrants to gain access to the contents. What they found was unexpected, to say the least.
We were certainly surprised when we found $25,250 in the box.
That's a lot of cash for a 19-year-old. So, where'd she get the money?
There was some rumors that her mother, before she passed away, had set money aside for Sarah, but it was hidden someplace.
I learned about the money later on. I know that she found it in a house that my uncle has, so it could have been something that maybe my aunt put there and kept there. We were just so surprised by everything.
Investigators learned that Sarah had found the money at a beach house owned by her parents, and that it had been hidden there for a long time.
The money was in very poor condition. It was very brittle. It was essentially
Sarah kept the discovery a secret, but there were a few friends she couldn't wait to tell.
When Sarah found the money, she starts pulling cash off of her shirt and out of her pockets, telling me that she found all this money that was in the wall. And there's more in the wall. I have to go back and get it.
The amount of money was significant.
Man, I didn't come across a wall like that.
Right.
Come on,
There was
22,000.
one person who could put a stop to her plans.
Damn.
Yeah.
Sarah didn't want her dad to know about the money because she knew that if her dad knew, he would try to tell her how to spend it.
So what exactly did Sarah do at the bank that day? If the money was Sarah's ticket out of town, why had she left 25 grand behind?
When we found the money in the bank, our first thought process was that if Sarah was leaving, she certainly would have taken her money. At that point, we found her passport, her social security card.
But that's not all she left. Sarah's prized possession was a leather jacket she had customized with decorative pins and patches.
Sarah went everywhere with that jacket. She wore it every single day. So when I heard that leather jacket,
She
was
wouldn't
still
leave
on the
it.
back of her chair,
I don't think she would have
I
left
knew
the
that
22K.
She wasn't somewhere that she wanted to be.
Oh, I thought they said she deposited that in her bank.
It was in a safety deposit box, but I'd left it in there.
Hope Vander said Sarah had abandoned her car to start a new life.
She left her passport and
Now
social
pointed
security card
to
too.
something far more sinister.
Weird.
Fortunately, there were no cameras on the bridge to capture what may have happened. But there was footage from another camera that could have a story to tell.
Across the street from Sarah's house was a residence with a video surveillance camera, which captured Sarah's home.
Days later, when it became apparent that Sarah hadn't run off to Canada, the neighbors gave their surveillance footage to the police, hoping it might reveal some answers. The first thing noted by detectives was when Sarah's childhood friend Liam McAtasney arrived at her house at 1:40 p.m. Liam stated that they hung out at her place for most of the day, except for when they left to grab lunch at Taco Bell. The surveillance footage confirmed what he said, but then investigators found a hole in his story.
Liam had told us that they had left one time. While we watched that video, we saw that they actually left twice.
The second time Liam and Sarah left was at 2:54 p.m. Minutes later, Sarah arrived at the bank. It seemed odd Liam didn't mention the bank, but the rest of his story checked out.
He openly acknowledged that he did go to the bank, but that he didn't go inside. He stayed in the car.
Any doubts about Liam are put aside when he arrives at the restaurant where he works around 5. Then, 20 minutes later, someone is seen darting in and out of Sarah's house. Was it Sarah or someone else? The house remains quiet until Sarah's car rolls out the driveway at 11:45 p.m. Was Sarah behind the wheel? If so, where was she going and why has no one heard from her since? Days turned into weeks, and the case was at a standstill.
Ultimately, we got to a point where we still didn't have any information. There was no activity on Sarah's social media accounts. We continued to monitor her bank accounts for any activity. There was none.
2 months passed. The case threatens to go cold.
What about a cell phone? I'm so confused with that.
Then,
Right.
an amateur horror filmmaker walks into the police station with a tale that would rock the community and stun the nation.
When I heard what was said, it was like the most terrifying thing you'd ever hear in your life.
2 months had passed since Sarah Stern went missing on December 3rd, 2016. And the case was as colored as the Jersey Shore's winter air.
Oh god, there are people.
Act normal.
Act normal, and I just run screaming down the street.
When $25,000 was found in Sarah's safety deposit box, it voided out the idea she'd split town. That left one unthinkable scenario.
We did not believe that Sarah had left willingly, but we still didn't have any physical evidence or any true direction.
Just as hope of uncovering the truth was beginning to fade, police received a phone call that would alter the fate of the case.
I received the call just
What time you got work tomorrow?
8 a.m.
8 a.m.
Interviewing Anthony Curry.
Anthony Curry graduated
8 a.m.
and then moved to Brooklyn to pursue a career in filmmaking.
Anthony
To win.
knew who Sarah was, but he was not friends with
Would you like to go froth with me and my sister and her boyfriend tomorrow?
Oh, you talked to her again?
Yeah.
What time are you guys going?
Told him when he was home.
Right after the Packer game, probably, which is right when you'll be done. Round 4.
The last
I
person
can get
to
here
see
in
Sarah.
time.
Well, I can wait until.
I can tell you I was shocked by what I was hearing.
Huh?
Okay.
Do you want to or no?
Yes.
About a plan that he had
Yes or no?
to rob Sarah
I'll go.
of money
You'll go?
and to kill her
You go?
and to throw her body off
Yeah,
the
I'm
bridge.
gonna be a little crabby,
At the
probably.
time, Anthony thought
Well, I've been working 9 hours, babe.
I know. Just don't be crabby at me.
No.
But it's when Liam started blowing up Anthony's phone weeks later that the reality of what may have happened sets in.
Liam sends Anthony a message on Snapchat
What's the
asking
weather
him whether or
gonna
not
be
the police had spoken with him. And he was so concerned about that, he actually used his camera and photographed the Snapchat message, knowing that if he would have taken a screenshot, Liam would have been notified that someone captured that image.
From that point forward, Anthony Curry is going to start working with police to try to set up Liam McIntyre.
Police had their suspicions about Liam early on, but didn't have any concrete evidence. So with Anthony's full cooperation, they put a sting operation into motion. Anthony fed Liam a story about needing to borrow money and asked if they could meet up. To find out what went down, I'm meeting with prosecutors Chris Decker and Nathan Doyle to work on the case. At what point did it become clear that Liam was a person of interest?
That would be when Anthony Curry came forward. I mean, we'd be lying if we said otherwise.
Anthony Curry was obviously the most important person to this case. I mean, we rarely see this where you have somebody who has nothing to gain come forward and be like, listen, this is the right thing to do.
Police rigged Anthony's car with a hidden camera and microphone. And at midnight, 7 weeks after Sarah disappeared, Anthony pulled into a deserted parking lot to meet with Liam.
Dude, you can't blame me for doing this, right? I gotta pick you up real quick, alright?
Anthony Curry put himself in danger by sitting in that car because we had police all over the place. But the reality of it is, if Liam had been like, I'm gonna shoot you, there would have been very little we would have been able to do to protect him.
Detectives were on high alert, listening for anything that could go sideways. But nothing could prepare them for what Liam was about to say.
What you up to? Hide from the cops. What are they questioning? Oh yeah, a lot. I planned this thing out for like 6 months. So, I'm hanging out with her. She has, we went to the bank, she took some money out, not all of her money. We're counting it out, and then she goes to walk out the front door. I choke her out, drag her. My biggest problem was the dog, and her dog laid there and watched as I killed her. Didn't do anything. I had to leave. I dropped my phone at Sarah's house. Dude, what were you doing? Strangling someone?
Why?
What struck me was the
For the money.
demeanor with which Liam, matter-of-factly, murdered this girl to Anthony Curry.
There's just certain things on there that just, they kind of blow your mind.
Yeah, it doesn't look right. When you watch it, it's like...
Because you don't believe human beings could be that callous. This is someone you watch grow up, and there is zero remorse.
I don't feel any different when I don't think about it.
The only time he is, I'm going to use the word loosely, but upset, is when he talks about the limited amount of money he got.
Spent a lot of money. And I didn't even get a quarter of it. So you only got like what, 7 grand? Somewhere around there.
It was hard to conceive that a local kid had killed his friend for $7,000. But police felt confident they had all the pieces of the puzzle lined
Dude,
up
that is so fucked up.
until Liam dropped the bombshell.
I underestimated my own strength and how much a dead body would weigh. My plan was I was going to throw her off, run over, jump over the divider, and get in the person's car. Oh, so you needed help? I needed help, yeah.
Whoa.
That was the first time that we learned that Liam had assistance in disposing of Sarah's body.
So who was Preston? And what was his role in Sarah's murder? At midnight on January 31st, 2017, 7 weeks after Sarah Stern went missing, Anthony Curry and his buddy Liam McIntasney met in an empty parking lot on the Jersey Shore. Liam had no idea he was the target of a covert sting operation.
I picked her up and had her just like dangling off the ground.
Police listened to every horrific detail about how he killed Sarah Stern, but they never expected to hear that Liam had an accomplice.
You are the only person on this planet that knows besides Preston. And I don't want Preston to think that he has to kill you and take you out.
So, who was Preston?
Preston Taylor was a classmate of Liam McIntasney and Sarah Stern. The three of them would hang out.
What?
The whole situation is disturbing. What's even more insane...
They would all hang out?
Preston
they're like,
had
sure.
been Sarah's junior prom date.
Police really didn't know of Preston Taylor's involvement in this case until Liam McIntasney mentioned his name.
The day after the sting operation, investigators bring Preston in first to try to get him to talk.
We want to know why Liam did what he did. He killed Sarah. You gotta lay it out for us as to why it happened, right? And why he did what he did.
What kind of shocked me was how quickly Preston folded.
Preston, at that point, knew he was caught, and I think wanted to be done with it. You know, first one to the table, always gets the best deal, and it wasn't his plan. Preston got paid to get rid of a body.
Preston revealed that Liam killed Sarah right before he went to work and left her body in the house. Detectives had Preston walk them through the crime scene.
When you entered, were the lights on in the house or were they off?
The lights back here were off, but the kitchen and the living room lights were on.
Okay.
And this door was closed. This one I couldn't get open, but I was able to push this one open. Sarah was slumped in this corner right here.
Okay.
Per Liam's instructions, Preston relocated Sarah's body from the bathroom to the backyard.
Position when you were taking her out?
She was been facing away, and I had my arms on her shoulders like this. Dragged her over here and kind of sat her under the bushes right here.
So that mysterious figure
Why is he
seen in the
wearing that
surveillance
jacket?
footage was Preston. After Liam finished his shift at the restaurant,
we're about 15 miles or so west of downtown Phoenix at State Farm Stadium in the Arizona suburb of Glendale. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Arizona Cardinals.
Liam driving the car, Sarah listening that she was asleep in the passenger seat.
Preston followed Liam to the bridge after throwing Sarah's body into the river, and then left her car on the bridge to make it look like she committed suicide.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
After killing Sarah Stern,
and this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
Sarah's family and friends.
When they told me they had arrested him, I just went numb. It was like nothing else existed in the universe.
The fact that somebody that you've known your whole life and something as little as money caused you to kill her was just like so beyond disturbing to me.
I was shocked. It was unfathomable to think that that monster could live right here.
They run with a veteran speedster. It's Kareem Hunt, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. You talk about this Bengals defense. They were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers, takeaways they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
However, because news
There's Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Liam McAtasney is on trial for the murder of 19-year-old Sarah Stern. The person who put him on the investigator's radar.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. To throw is Murray. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Sidney Jones. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here.
Prosecutors had to take confession, but Liam's attorneys came back with a shocking defense that he was auditioning to be in one of Anthony's horror films. It seemed wild and crazy until a new witness came forward with information that could support his claims.
There's a girl walking down the street. I said to my son, I said, that is an awfully good-looking girl to be walking on the street at 5 o'clock in the morning. Is this the individual that you saw on December 3rd morning about the 5 o'clock? I would have identified that person as that person, yes. I got a good look right in her face.
The witness claims after he saw Sarah, he then drove over the Route 35 bridge and saw Sarah's car still on the bridge at the time. However, prosecutors would debunk this by saying the car had been towed before the witness claims to have driven over the bridge.
Prosecutors got an assist from Liam's partner in crime, Preston Taylor.
Over on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
So she wouldn't throw up or anything. And it took me a half an hour to kill her.
Wow.
Here's the 4th-year man, J.K. Dobbins. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beat. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter,
yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Liam was found guilty on all counts and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Preston Taylor, Sarah's one-time convict.
Here's Burrow, setting up to throw.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zones. And there's good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position.
Yeah, that's crazy.
This is 3rd and long. Now it's Burrow. It's good. It's target. That's complete.
Oh, Jamal?
Jamal Chase, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
But when they were in that house in her last moments, she probably felt like something was off. And maybe
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Going quickly out wide to Moore. So nothing doing there. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. You talk about this Bengals defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. The Cardinals had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Murray. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. The Bengals drive about to get going. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 1, ready? Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 4. Now it's Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
Here we go, here we go.
Dobbins trying the left side. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow 1st down. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Iosivas. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Bengals are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him, but whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's get in that end zone. Make some good plays today. Round the pound, baby. Let's go, offense. Get a touchdown, baby. Get 6.
Third and 3. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a first down.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a first down with some nice running.
Now Brown only lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number 1, maybe they're not having this deficit. And number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Offline, ready?
2nd and 9. Here's Burrow. Downfield and caught by Thornton. A big play there for Cincinnati. 46 yards.
1-1. Ready?
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Dobbins is in. Touchdown, Bengals. McPherson on for the point after. And it is now 21-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be.
This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. Rondell Moore, 65 yards. And the Cardinals are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Prater for the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Charlie Jones now from his end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no...
And now off to the races, down the right side. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback.
Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. A
2-yard loss brings up 3rd down and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Moore, the man in motion. Snap comes to Murray at 1. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Here's Jones. Oh, what a move. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Bengals take over, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now Burrow on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. B.J. Ojulari in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
Traditionally, as a defense, your number one job, stop the run. But in today's football, it's impacting the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been really comfortable in the pocket. 3 touchdown passes already.
So that could be an important first sack if they do want to turn things around.
This one complete to Yoshivas. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
11 MT tape. 11 MT tape. 11 MT tape. 11 dot.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. A minute 55 left to go in the first half of play. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
11 Thomas.
They go play action with Burrow. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked up by Marco Wilson. Down the left sideline. And they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. After the pick six, here's Burrow again.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
Burrow will throw. And he gets this to Thornton. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. First down, here's Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Again, it's Burrow. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Here we go. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout. And they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 46.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will do it for this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 47. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. The 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. J.K. Dobbins. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bengals come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Moore, the man in motion. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. He's got this downfield to McBride. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that.
He's got it at the 15. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one good for 37 yards.
Defensive talk 101. Don't let the quarterback out of the pocket, because when that happens, yeah, you may shrink the field with your defense, but it's so easy to lose someone on the backside. And he finds him and picks up a big gain.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out.
From the gun, Murray. To the right side, and he's got more complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Brings up 3rd and 10. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Throwing now is Murray. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, Any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bengals drive about to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he's got room. There he goes again, and he will take this all the way down to the Cardinals' 26. 83 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On the counter now, it's Dobbins. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Second down, here's Davis Price. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do, and right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
11 MT tape. 11 MT tape. 11.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the stick, 2nd and 15.
11. 11 MT. 11.
And now they will throw it with Burrow.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5. That's a whale of a game. Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Burrow looking to pass. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Credit for that sack goes to Cameron Thomas. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal.
What it do? What's up, buddy?
3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable.
I'm just enjoying my yearly game with Logan. Closer than I thought.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Did she have the baby with her, or?
No, she had a babysitter.
Now that's some high quality H2O.
She was just like a little bit more weird than usual. I never seen it done so much in my life. It was Hannah, but like times 10 that night.
Gotcha.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move with finesse. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Be careful.
Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL
5 hours
on
after the
EA
fireworks
Sports.
festivities ended. Hannah's mother, Melinda Harris, arrived at work at the gas station on the reservation.
The very first person that walked into the doors
Ball
told me
up to the
that
35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Muddy Creek is a dead-end
In
road on
motion,
the
the
edge
tight
of the
end.
reservation, miles from Hannah's home.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. He's got him complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Give him 32 on the play.
In the back of her mind, fear was growing that Hannah could be the latest victim of an epidemic of missing and murdered named women.
For the past 2 years, MTN News has been following the
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it.
Montana Department of Justice issued a
This is and he's brought down after a very nice game. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. To throw, it's Murray.
Oh, you got so lucky, you fuck.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to draw that one free.
Try not to look Indian. What?
Take somebody with you if you need to go somewhere. You know, these are the things that we're told.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. Here's 2nd and goal.
Hannah's older sister Rose lived in Dillons, but was visiting the reservation.
Murray's going to keep this. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think his big boys up front, that offensive line, they've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
On 3rd and goal, they're going to run the option. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kareem Hunt, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals get a bit closer.
That's a great read down here near the goal line. Most defenses are keying in on Kyler Murray, knowing they like to have the ball in his hands. But here he gives it up on the option, and that's a great call as it leads to a touchdown run.
The but never got a response.
I'm going to run for it. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Coming home. He said I almost killed somebody. The hair just stood up and...
Ooh, naughty. Almost kill someone.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on
Sounds like trucks after a game of Madden.
looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. We'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10.
Following morning, July 4th,
the drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
You got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
You go party for days. When you go get drunk, you get drunk for days, right? It's this kind of stereotype of the drunk Indian.
Could she just be partying through the weekend, going off steam? Her cousin Marty, they're trying to reach.
They go play action now. Burrow.
Everybody's kind of mad at you.
Pass taken down by his tight end. He goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Man, Albert O is getting off this game.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack. That's exactly right. They've done it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't the goal of the wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot and run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen, did not let him get downfield.
The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
He said, because I was in prison. I said, why were you in prison?
From the shotgun,
he
it's
said, I
Burrow.
almost killed somebody. I just, like, the hair just stood up and
that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground.
Yeah, catch it.
4th down now coming up. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
I told her, I don't want you here with them. You're coming home with me.
Throughout the 2-year relationship, Hannah moved back and forth between Skylar's home in Billings and her
family. Gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it.
She said, Mama, can you come get me? So I got up and I went over there to Billings and I brought her back home and I told her, you know what, Hannah, I'm scared of her.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And Charles, I know we're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film section in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. Murray going to throw.
She didn't really go out very often.
He's going to look deep for more.
Intercepting
Murray for the 3rd time. It's DJ Turner who's got it.
hard for me to imagine
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins. He is out of bounds, but not before. He's inside the 30. 27 yards there, a first down.
Hannah ran away multiple times.
She would get crazy up there, you know, take off from me once in a while.
She would always call me to
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
It just scared her. I told her, whatever you go again, I'm not going to come to you.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Very important reason to come home. Jeremiah, her 10-month-old son.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get your reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Now runner Dobbins. And he pulls his way into the end zone for the Bengal touchdown. J.K. Dobbins taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bengals are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. McPherson on for the extra point.
Something happened to her. In my heart, my mind, I knew something happened to her.
And the lead is now 24.
July 5th, almost 2 days after Hannah was last seen, more than a day after her car was discovered abandoned.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
Hannah's sister Rose had been married a few weeks before.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
You didn't think for a minute that Hannah would miss Rose's wedding reception?
No, not for a minute. She was excited about it.
But Hannah didn't show up.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. This game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on for the game plan to actually work. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were against a team that's playing it in the league.
Something is really bad.
And he's brought down after a very nice game. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should.
We're limited on officers, but if you want to
We've
go
seen him
and
have
search
success
for
earlier
yourself,
on with the ball in his hands because he has to get it in
space
space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short game.
And I'm just like, how much is
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Throwing again, Murray.
Don't show the level of urgency that they would if there was somebody who was injured that was watching.
But it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. They blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Those passes are intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Bengals will take over here at their own 12-yard line. It wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the line.
Here's a run on first down. He won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
That would happen in Hannah's case. When I reached out, They never responded. Maybe they'll talk to me in person. So I walk in, go to the front desk. They say, talk to our chief of police at the next trailer just a second over.
Now Dobbins again on second down. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And boy, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one. Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance they're going to cherish.
They refuse to cooperate.
So for the Bengals, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss, and they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.
Here's the pretty much the line. I believe that fence line zip runs right through here. Still Rosebud County, but it's the Northern Cheyenne Indian Reservation. We just can't go over there and do our own thing, even though it's in the county. I mean, we need to be invited on because it's considered a sovereign nation, and we have no jurisdiction there.
Sovereign nations have their own laws and either run their own law enforcement, or in this case, they outsource to the BIA. The BIA never requested Sheriff Wilson's help. So despite hearing about Hannah's disappearance, there was nothing he could do. Can you give me a run of some of the things that you typically hear about as to what may be the cause of a missing person there?
So there's a lot of blame put on Highway 212, and we do have some issues with human trafficking. They've had a lot of people that have gone missing or disappeared.
Where was Hannah Harris?
I think I smell smoke. I said, yeah, I think there's a fire in here. Somebody kicked in the door and...
Are you guys hiding something? Are you guys trying to cover up something?
The family of missing Native American woman Hannah Harris was afraid something terrible had happened to her when she never came home from a 4th of July celebration on the reservation. They ruled out her ex-boyfriend, and they were positive that she never would have run away and left her 10-month-old baby Jeremiah alone. But a grim possibility.
Yo, trucks.
This person's disappeared and they never came back. So.
Oh, what happens when I place a dude on IR in Madden?
We have Highway 212, a massive highway that runs directly through the heart of our reservation.
They don't have the 4-week one?
Today there are thousands of semi-trucks. We know that these truckers are pulling over and that sex trafficking is happening.
There was a real chance that Hannah had been trafficked. There was no way to know for sure. The family needed to find someone who had seen Hannah after she left the party on the 3rd. On Saturday, July 6th, 3 days after Hannah went missing, Rose, Melinda, and Myra drove around Wayneville asking everyone if they knew where Hannah went after the fire incident. And then, someone told them they saw Hannah outside the off-reservation Jimtown bar around 1:30 a.m. on July 4th, an hour and a half after she left the fireworks party. And she wasn't alone. She was with the couple who were local drifters, well known to the community, Nancy Hannah, Gina Rowland, and Garrett Wild.
Garrett is actually also a part of another tribe, I believe. But both of them were reindeer community members.
Why would Hannah be hanging out with them?
Oh man, that caught me way off guard hanging out with Gina and Garrett. That's just kind of how she was too, like friendly, like if you ride so much crap, the first one to stop and pick you up.
On Father's Day, 2 weeks before Hannah went missing, she came to the Father's Day cookout with Gina. I said, I looked at her, I said,
47-23.
And she said, that's Gina. She said, remember Garrett?
Yeah, I thought I'd do better, bro.
Strays.
Why would she come to Jimtown that night?
It's the place you go around here, man. There's nowhere else if you're trying to party and stuff.
So I went down to Jimtown and I talked to the owner of the
Shit. It's contagious.
See if you could find her. They could see her off the cameras. And like see Garrett get out. He runs into the bar real fast and he comes back out. That's the last time she shows up on camera anywhere.
Armed with this critical new information, on July 6th, Hannah's family goes on a hunt for Gina and Garrett.
Someone told us that they were at the grocery store. So we went down there and we pulled in, and Melinda just jumps out. She like takes off running into the store. As I was walking in, Gina came out. So when she seen me, she was like, "Oh, hey." And I was like, "Where's Hannah?"
Is we tap on Chase
She's like,
Claypool,
"Oh, she didn't come on in." I said, "No." I said, "Where's Hannah?"
it's going to pop up some
She said,
things. Go over to
I don't
overview.
know.
Now here it is. Bottom left over here. Place player on IR. So basically, guys, that's pretty much all you're going to want to do. Place them on IR, and boom. So successfully placed on the injured reserve. But that is not the point of the video. The point of the video is to know how to remove a player off the injured reserve. So once you guys have, and if you come up with a decision to place this player on the IR, which I would, basically, again, they have to stay on the IR for 8 weeks. You cannot take them off until 8 weeks is done. That's only one more week after his dislocated ankle. So pick up a player in his place. That way that roster spot now, you don't have to cut anybody now. And now you can just pick up a guy for free, fill in his shoes, boom. So that's basically what the IR is. It saves your roster spot when a player gets hurt like this. So as you can see, the IR, underneath the IR, it said yes. So this is how you would do it. So I would sim mid-season would be week 8, I believe, or week 9. We're just going to sim the mid-season. This should be perfect timing for it.
Who's gonna touch the vehicle? I told her
What would be mid-season? Yeah, I feel like it would be like week 8 or 9.
We really didn't say anything to each other.
Week 8 or 9 should be perfect. I actually will make it
I know
from
she
being
got
IR,
scared and I got
and it's
scared,
going to So we're going to go back to manage roster, injury report. You're going to be dealing with this, covering this. Chase Claypool. Okay, here it is. So, length 0. So, he was at 0 weeks, but as you guys can see, IR, yes. So, again, we can tap on Chase Claypool and go to overview, and he must have another week or so left because, yeah, I think I have to sim one more week. I mean, should be able to take him off really, really soon here. There it is. Okay. So, let me back out just to make sure what week it is. So, it's week 10, and, okay, so it's week 2. That actually does make sense, guys. My math was off when simming this. So, it actually was 8 weeks, like I said, because we were in week 2 when this happened, and here we are in week 10. So, again, I was right. And now you can, as you guys can see, remove player from IR. And wide receiver Chase Claypool was successfully removed from injured reserve. Again, it is as simple as that, guys. You can do
8 weeks. Yeah, I think it's 4 this year. No, maybe it is 8.